I'm live. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. So I see there's tons of questions already in the chat. Can I just remind you, please, that I'm not a doctor and I'm not playing one here on YouTube. So, generalized questions about health are okay. But beyond that, ask your doctor. Okay. I'm getting glare, so I'm going to close this blind, okay? Okay. What's the first one?
Terry, will my marriage survive next year?
Okay, Terry, this one is for you. You're the first one up. The question is, will your marriage survive this year? So I'll do like I do usually, and I will show you how I'm doing this. And I'm going to cut the deck into 3, and then I'm going to look for the card that represents your marriage. And it's the ring. So this is just a 5-card reading, remember. So okay. So we have the house, the tree, the ring, which stands for the marriage, the fox, and the fish. Now, don't love the fox, to tell you the truth. I think that you may have been married for a long time. There may very well be a lot of marital property and issues around money if you had to split that property up. But, I don't love the fox. So I just think, hopefully you are having honest conversations with yourselves. If you're not, time for a lawyer, because the fox is not always to be trusted. Hope that helps.
North Texas hiker, success for my songwriting career.
Okay, North Texas hiker asked whether they'll have success in their songwriting career. Yeah, I got that. Okay, so let's just pull 5 cards and see what we get. Although, no, you know what? There is a card for that. And it would be the bouquet, because that's the card for visual and performing arts. I don't want to rush these. I'm feeling a little rushed, and I don't want to feel like that. So I'm just going to slow my energy down. And I'm looking for the bouquet, because that stands for your songwriting career. Okay, so that's the career. Okay, so we have the tower, the mountain. This is the career, the songwriting career. This is the heart, and this is the snake. Nothing worth doing comes easily, I suspect. Songwriting is a business. This is a card for a business. And there's a lot of things involved in the business end of it that you may not be aware of. I see that you've been stymied and thwarted before in this career, because that's what this card stands for, but you love what you do. So keep doing what you love, and the rest will follow. If you need to get a manager or something who can help you with the business end of it, I would definitely advise you to do that and to not go that route alone. Next.
Will my husband and I be accepted by an adoption agency, either domestically or internationally?
What is the name?
T.
T? Okay, T wants to know whether she and her husband will be accepted for an adoption agency, or he and his husband. I don't know what it is, but let's just see. So I think I'll use the child card for that, because we're talking about a child, right? Okay, so we're just going to cut. And I'm going to use the child. Okay, so there's the child card. That stands for adoption in this case. Okay, so we have the coffin and we have the mountain. There's the child card for adoption. We've got clouds and we've got star. Uh, I'm going to draw a clarifier on the star because I'm going to say that I see why you're asking the question. It looks like it's been difficult so far. These are really tough energies. And then, the child card itself is flanked by this mountain and clouds. Clouds is about doubts. So you worry whether or not you will be found acceptable. Now we have the star card, and then the clarifier that I drew was birds. I feel like you need to go online, if you've not done it already, and talk to people who have gone this route. Network with those people. That's what the birds card is. Because there may be tricks to this that you don't know, that you're not aware of. So help navigating this process might make it go a little more smoothly. I see it's been difficult, and I think part of it is because you're not wholly sure of the process. So I would get online and go to some support groups or something that can help you navigate the system.
Bridget just wants a message from Spirit.
Okay, Bridget just wants a message from Spirit. So of course, I'm going to let Spirit pick all the cards. Okay. Okay. All right. So Bridget, we have the mice, we have the fish, we have the coffin, we have the garden, and we have the star. So I feel like you are asking the spirit realm for information because you've been going through something. This is the card for anxiety, worry, stress. This is the card for your emotions. So, it's clear you've been going through something that has probably left you feeling depressed and maybe isolated. They're suggesting that you get outside of yourself, do something for people that is outside of yourself. And if you can't, if that's something that's maybe, for example, physically difficult, you can always get outside yourself by going online, right? I mean, I'm interacting with all of you here around the world. So it's about getting outside of yourself, understanding that there's a world beyond you and whatever you're going through. I hope that's helpful.
Gregory, a reading on my romantic partnership.
Well, I don't know how to do that. Gregory has asked me to do a reading on his romantic partnership. Do you have a romantic partnership? What I'll do is I'll look for the heart and see what's around it, and you'll be able to make out of it what you can. Okay. The more specific your questions are, the better. But I'm going to assume from the question that you are in a romantic partnership. Okay, so we have the fish, the ring, the heart, the rider, and the tower. I'm going to say that things look good. And I think that to the point where you may want to make a commitment, because the ring is the commitment. The rider is news coming in. So you may want to make a commitment. This is about emotions again. And the tower this time is about, making it official, right? This would be like, a courthouse or a church or whatever. So I think that things look good for your romantic partnership. Hope that answers your question.
Will the move to Colorado be good for Mrs. Pruitt and her family?
Okay, the question was, will the move to Colorado be good for Mrs. Pruitt and her family? So we're going to look for the ship because that is the card for the move. Okay. Remember, we're looking for the ship, which will stand for the, oh, here we go, the move to Colorado. Okay. Okay, we have the garden, the crossroads, the ship that stands for the move, my scales card, and then the ring. I'm going to say that I think this move will be a very good thing. It's sort of an opportunity to change, to change people, places, and things, obviously, right? I think this move has been well considered, and I think that it's one that you'll be committed to. I think you'll like your neighbors, your neighborhood. I think it'll be good for you and your family. Absolutely, yes.
Will Jane launch a successful personality science and values alignment coaching business next year?
Will Jane launch a successful business? Yeah.
Coaching business.
Okay. So I think I'm going to use the tower, and that will stand for the business. Jane is wanting to launch a coaching business, and she wants to know if it'll go well. So the tower will stand for the business. Oh, there it is. Okay, now because it's the first card, that's fine. I just have to draw 4 after it. Okay, so this is the business. We have crossroads, dog, snake, and mice. You know, interesting. I'll tell you why. First of all, you know, this was the card I was looking for, but it's the one that came out first. So whenever that happens, I'm always interested to see, well, what did come in the center? Well, in the center, this is the card for a coach, a counselor, an advisor. So, I mean, Spirit knows what we're talking about here. That said, I don't love the fact that we've got the snake and the mice at the end of the line. Be sure, and I'm going to say something about this crossroads. Like, to whatever extent you're starting out by doing this part-time, that could be problematic. You know, there's an expression, we do what we have to do so we can do what we want to do. You might be well served to wait until you're in a position to put all of your efforts into it with this part-time card here, because I think that will be problematic for you. And with the mice at the end, you know, it could be also scale down your expectations in this first year, because this is about sort of minimizing, you know. So I would scale down your expectations for this first year so that it's not so burdensome. And if you're doing it as a side gig, maybe wait a little bit till you'll have more time to support that business.
AA, do you see any changes in my career 2025?
Okay. AA is asking if I see any changes in their career for 2025. So the card for career is the moon. So we'll see what's around you. So again, remember, we're looking for the moon. This will stand for AA's career. There it is. Okay, that's the career card. Okay, so we have the child, the house, the moon, crossroads, and the star. So we don't have the positive change card here, which is the historic, but we do have the child card, which speaks to you doing something new, possibly from home, again, possibly as a side gig, and possibly online. And I'm going to just draw a clarifier on the star. Yeah, where you're your own boss. So if that's what you're going for, I think you'll be successful with that. Yes.
February born. What advice on DA and my connection? This will help in processing the ease of moving forward. Thanks. Compliments of the season.
Yes. Happy New Year to you. I'm not sure what that question
Give
is asking
advice
me.
on their connection with DA.
So there's a person that you're interested in, and you want to know how that connection's going to go. I mean, I'm guessing that that's what we're looking at. And so I'm gonna let Spirit pull all 5 cards. How will this connection with this person go? Well, we have the scales, the older man card, the cross in the middle, the tree, and the fish. You know, I'm going to just say this. With the cross in the middle, it's looking like, and also with my scales card as the first card, you know, finding the right balance in a relationship is really important. And the balance doesn't necessarily, or ever stay the same. As I said in my reading earlier today, a scale looks like it's standing still, but it never is really. There's always a little give and take, back and forth, back and forth. However, my concern is that you will be asked to carry the bulk of the burden. So it's really important that you, in this relationship, make sure that give and take is working for you emotionally, so that you feel good about how things are going. If you can do that, then it can stand the long haul. But this is the card for health, and this is the card for emotions. And I'm concerned, with this right in the center, that you are maybe giving more than you're getting, or else the other person could be giving more than they're getting. Only you will know which is which, but you're being asked to balance that out.
Danny says hi from Australia.
Hi, Danny from Australia.
Dees says, do you see me getting on my feet financially anytime soon?
Okay. Dees is asking whether they'll get on their feet financially anytime soon. Now, fish is a card for money, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about stability, right? Financial stability, so that you're not worried about, where your next rent payment is coming from, or your next meal is coming from. So we're going to look for the bear, and that's the card for financial stability for you in 2025. Popped right up. Okay, so this is financial stability in the coming year. Let's see what's around it. Okay. So we have the book, we have the scales, there's the financial stability card, we have the mice, and we have the anchor. Let me sort of gently suggest that the cards are suggesting that you don't know how to maybe balance a budget. Because this is the card for not knowing, this is the card for balance, right? And then the middle card, of course, is that financial stability card. And we have the mice. You've got too much going out. Mice takes away from. And it looks like that will continue until you get some help from maybe a financial planner, or you can go online and find resources. Because, you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't go and find out what you don't know, you'll stay stuck. So I think a great New Year's resolution, if you like that word, or intention, if you like that word better, would be to get a handle on your finances. And because you don't know how to do that, I think getting an expert to help would be well worth an investment. Best of luck.
Jane, can you give me some guidance for growing my shipping business? I sell to government and businesses.
Mhm. So Jane's asking about how to improve her shipping business. And so you know what we'll do? We'll have the ship, why not, stand for the shipping business, and let's see what you can do to improve it. Okay. Oh, whoop, it's the last card. So that means it will be the last card, and I'll pull the 4 cards that came before it. Okay, so that's that one. Okay. So we have the letter, the fox, the cross, the rider, and there's the business. And I may pull a clarifier in a second, but let's just see. What's interesting to me is, again, we have in the center the cross. So, it's not like you said, how can I keep my business going as well as it's been going? That's not the way you phrase the question. And I understand why, because this is tough. It looks like there's some sacrifice that needs to be made. The letter is, all paperwork to do with this business. And the second card is the fox. If you maybe need someone also who has an area of expertise related to how this business can grow and develop, you should seek that out, because the fox is the card for the expert. So an expert can give you information that you're looking for, because this is news coming in. There's things that you don't know this expert does know. Maybe it's just the way that you've got things phrased on paper. I'm not sure. But you definitely need to get some outside help in order to deal with this cross. Good luck.
Raven 33, a general read for 2025.
Okay. General read, 5 cards. We'll see what we can get. All right. So Spirit's going to pick all of the cards. Okay, so we have the stork, we have the child, we have the bear, we have the cross. Boy, that cross is getting a workout today. It's not usual that happens. And then we have the bouquet. So I will say that there's some good news here, in the sense that we have, excuse me, the stork. The stork is about positive change. Things will improve, not in a huge way, in a small way, but there will be improvement. This bear card can be about, again, financial stability, and it's the card that's right in the center. So I really like that for you. Some sacrifice will be involved, some small sacrifice, because I can mirror this card with this card in order to achieve this. But I can mirror this positive change card with the bouquet card. And the bouquet card is like a reward or an award. So you may have been working to improve your situation, and I think that hard work will pay off, although you may have to continue making those sacrifices, but it looks good.
I complain. I'm having a hard time finding the right vocation to dedicate myself to, and I'm really feeling called to the spiritual space for a long time. Can you tell me what the energy around that looks like?
I can. So, you're talking about your life work, and the moon is the card for that. And it's sort of doubly helpful because the moon is also the card for spiritual work specifically, right? So we're going to look for the moon and see what's around that for you, and how you can further yourself on that path. Okay. It's really hot in here. Okay, so we're looking for the moon. I always get hot when I read. It's the energy, I think. Okay, so this stands for, work in sort of the spiritual vein. Okay, so we have the mountain, we have the lily, this is the work, we have the sun, and then we have this young man energy. I kind of like this for you. I will say that I see your frustration. It feels like you've been stuck, not sure sort of how to proceed. And in my book, I talk about the fact that when I was first learning Lenormand, I learned all the meanings of the cards. I learned the numbers. I learned the combinations. I did all that hard stuff, and because it's necessary. And I couldn't figure out why I wasn't just this amazing reader. And then I realized that, I was doing the hard work. I had done that part. That's the bearing down part. But what I needed to do was the letting go part. That's what you need to do. You're holding it too tightly, and that's why things are eluding you. The lily is the card for peace, for ease. I can mirror the lily in this reading with the sun. So this is a good path for you, this path. You just have to relax into it, allow, listen, pay attention, and be open. And also to tell yourself what this young man would tell himself. What this young man would tell himself is, mountain, get out of the way. Now, he should also have sense enough to know that you can't just take your arms and push the mountain out of the way, that sometimes the way to get the mountain out of the way is to just relax and allow it to fade. So I do see this as a good path for you. I just think you're holding on too tight to the idea of it and not allowing this path to flow towards you. So do that, and you should have some much better outcome.
Be kind to, will their house sell soon?
Okay. Be kind to would like to know if their house will sell soon, and we will look for the house with an eye towards it being sold and see whether we get a sense of whether it'll be soon or not soon. In terms of time frame, all divination methods, I'm going to put it this way, no divination method is terrific at timing. But I can give you some idea of whether it's on the horizon. So remember, we're looking for the house. We want to know, will it sell soon? Okay, so we have the cross, the heart, the house, the tower, the garden. You may have heard me say this recently because it's come up recently. I never love when the reading starts with a cross. It tends to mean that the question's a non-starter. And I can mirror this cross with the garden. We may be going into a market that is not a seller's market anymore. So, be sure that you've got a broker, that you're not doing this on your own. I don't think that would be wise. They know the market better than you will know the market. But I don't see it selling soon, which is not to say, by the way, that it won't sell this year. It's just to say in the next 6 months, I don't see it, just because the card that starts us off is the cross. Okay.
Rising cat. Will I work this year? Will it be a career that is my purpose?
Rising Cat is asking, will I work this year? Well, I mean, only you will be able to answer that question, right? I mean, I think it's so important that people ask questions and think about the issues in their lives in an appropriate way, meaning in a way that acknowledges to the universe your awareness that you have a hand in this. This is not just sort of you being yanked around by the arm willy-nilly through your life. So why don't we look at the second part? Why don't we assume, yes, you will work this year. I'm going to intend that for you. How about that? You need to intend that for yourself. So now then the next question is, will it be work that aligns with your purpose? Okay, and we'll let Spirit answer with all the cards instead of me selecting one. Okay. Okay, so we have birds, we have moon, that's you, and then we have mice, and then we have bouquet. I'm going to say two things. I think these cards are saying that, first of all, let it be known in your circle and beyond your circle, what you want, what it is that you want to do. I think it has to do with something that is in some way artistic or creative. This is the card for any career that lends beauty or ease to the world. However, it does that, like hairdressers, dog groomers, um, interior designers, and the visual and performing arts. So it's about networking, letting people know that you're looking for that. I love that we have the moon card, which is the career card, pop up in the reading right next to you in the center. But the thing is, it's mirrored with, I can mirror it with the mice. So whether, Henry Ford, I mentioned him before, horrible racist, but, he gave us the Ford automobile thing. But he said something that that was really wise. Every clock is, even the broken clock is correct twice a day. And he said, whether you tell yourself you can or you can't, you're right. You've been telling yourself you can't. I'm afraid, I'm not good enough. What if people say da 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 da? You have to be your biggest cheerleader, right? So start talking yourself up to other people about this thing that you want to do, because the universe's language is vibrational. And when you're giving a mixed message, which is, I really want to do this thing, oh, but nobody's going to like me doing that, and I'm not going to get, well, then the universe says, well, you know what? Get back to me when you figured it out, because you're pulling me in two different directions. So if you start to walk your talk by letting people know that this is what you want to do, the fear will fade and you'll be in the career that you want to be in. Sorry, it was a long answer, but I felt like you needed it.
L. Sims. I'm a senior concerned about my health and finances. Can you tell me anything about it?
Okay, well, health and finances are two different questions, but I will pull 3 cards for health for you, and then I will pull 3 cards for finances, and we'll see what we get. Okay. So these 3 will be health, and these 3 will be finances. Okay, for health, we have birds, we have snake, and we have stork. I think that with birds, it's like what I said before. Birds is about talking to people, letting people know what your needs are, letting people know what areas of health are problematic for you. Because if you do that, look, we have the stork, positive change will result. So I love that for you for health. health. Let people know, because that's how things improve. What's that expression? If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got, right? Okay, and then this is finance. So we have you, we have the heart, and we have the book. I mean, I'm going to say the same thing. Love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to find out what it is you don't know. Access resources that you may not even know are available to you, because I really think that they are. So I see improvement for you, yes, in 2025, both on the health front and the financial front, but you have to ask for help. Good luck.
Just Happy New Year's from Betty, Carol, Brady, Astro Chick, and Stephanie.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Sharon Rose, what does Spirit want me to know about my life in 2025?
Okay. What does Spirit want me to
Sharon.
know? What? Who's it?
Sharon.
Well, Sharon wants to know. Sharon's asking, what does Spirit want me to know about my life in 2025? Well, I mean, lots of things, I'm sure, but I'll see what the cards have to say. What is the message? And we'll let Spirit pick them all. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to say, first off, I think that Spirit thinks that you are a good person, a kind person, an open person. That I think you are somebody who knows how to communicate love to other people. I really think so. They're asking you, though, that, in line with this energy, you also exercise this energy. So this, you're not a doormat. You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to stick to your opinion. And, this is the card for emotion. So I just think it's about balancing your needs with other people's needs and to not put your needs last. I think that's what you're being asked.
Barbara, is there a romantic soul-aligned partner for me in 2025?
Okay, Barbara's asking if there's a romantic soul-aligned partner for her. So she's hoping that love will come in, and we're going to look for the heart. Let's see what we get. This is a soul partner for Barbara. Okay. Next to the last card. So that means I can put 3 cards here and only 1 card here. Okay. So the cards that we have are the Tower, the Whip. In the center, we have the Fox, the Heart, and then the Birds. Okay, so what I want to say is, it's, clearly you want a partner. This is the card for, among other things, each card has multiple meanings, but loneliness. But, it's not like a partner's going to knock on your door like Ed McMahon used to tell you won the lottery. You have to get out and circulate. Let it be known that you're looking for a partner. I think that you've spent some time beating yourself up, about this status of aloneness. And I can mirror this card with the Heart. So, in order to be a soul-aligned partner, you also have to be a soul-aligned partner. So to whatever degree you're still nursing the wounds of past relationships that have left you alone, work on that. Your soul partner's doing the same thing. When you've both done your work, that's when you will align. But I think let people know that you're interested. Let people know that you're looking for love, and I think that will be helpful.
Happy New Year's from Mary Beth.
Happy New Year, Mary Beth.
Annie wants to know, would like a general reading
Who is
for
this?
2025. Annie.
Annie would like a general reading for 2025. Okay. All right. So we're going to let Spirit pick all the cards. Okay, so we have this young woman, the ship, the dog, the letter, and then this older woman. So I'm going to suggest to you that the message is, I would say this is you, and this is sort of getting outside of yourself, maybe taking a couple of trips here and there, because if you do that, I think what will happen is that you will mature. You go from this to this. You'll mature. And also, I love this dog energy here. I think you'll meet people that you'll really enjoy being with. This is the card for friends, people that are trustworthy, people that are worth you're being friends with. So I would plan a trip right now, even if you don't have the funds for it. Just write down where you'd love to go, what you'd love to see, what you'd love to do when you get there, and like a vision board kind of a thing for travel, because I think you will meet some terrific people, and I think it will grow you as a person.
Will Betty move this year?
Okay, Betty is asking if she'll move this year. So I'm gonna just shuffle a little bit. Will Betty move this year? And we're going to look for the ship. Okay. Okay, will Betty move this year? We're looking for the ship. Okay, we have the scythe, we have the fox, we have the ship, we have the heart, we have the rider. In a word, yes. I do think you will move. This is the card for a decision. So you will make the decision to move. I think that you have help, because this is the card for expertise. Whether it's a realtor helping you sell where you are or helping you find a place, I think you've got good help in place, people that you like, or a person that you like who's very helpful. And the message is, yes, that you will make the decision to move.
Sherry, should I move back to Ohio?
Should is never a question that you want to ask of the cards, because it implies that you're not in control. So I'm going to answer your question, but I'm going to rephrase it for you so that, those watching, including you, can learn how to ask that kind of question in a way that the universe can answer it. The question is, how will it be if I move? Is it back to Ohio? If I move back to Ohio this year, how will it be if I move back to Ohio? Okay. All right. So again, we're looking for the ship, because that's the move card. How will it be if I move back to Ohio? Okay, this looks like something that you've wanted to do, but been, for whatever reason, unable to do. There's you. Here's the move. I think it will be great. First of all, you remember Cheers? It's the bar where you want to go there because everybody knows your name. It feels like you will be comfortable because people know you. You'll be among familiar people. And I think for the future, it would be a good move. So yes.
Sunny, let them know if the cocktail of medication will help heal their mom.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to rephrase this for Sunny. Will the medication my mom's on help heal her? You know what? He'll teach you something. So the card for medication, especially in pill form, is the stars because they're little dots. So will the medication that Sunny's mom is on heal her? Okay. You guys, the simpler you phrase the question, the better. It doesn't have to be fancy, just clear. Okay, so we're looking for stars, and that will stand for the medication regimen that Sunny's mom's on. So there's that. Okay. And I'm going to draw a clarifier. No, we only need the one clarifier. Okay. Okay, so we have the stork, we have the whip, we have the stars, we have the fox, and we have the cross. And then I drew a clarifier on the cross. So let me say this. There will be improvement because the stork is positive change, particularly if the regimen is, stuck to, adhered to. The thing is that I think that the regimen itself is tough. I think it's hard, So for example, if we were talking about cancer, some cancer treatments are worse than the illness in terms of the toll that they take on people. So here we have the regimen. This is the actual medicine. Specialists are the ones who have said, this is going to be tough, but this is what we have to offer. The thing is, I don't think, here we have the cross at the end. No, none of us lasts in our current human envelope forever. Sometimes it's good to know when to say when. There may come a point when the treatment is so rigorous that it has a diminishing law of diminishing returns. Because the clarifier that I drew for the cross is the mice. So I think I've been clear here. There'll be some improvement initially, but then I think the regimen will be really tough, and your mother may just say enough. And it's good to let people have the right to say, okay, that's enough. I'm sorry, but that's what I see.
Will this upcoming year be better than the last? This is Gwen.
Gwen wants to know, will the upcoming year be better than the last? Well, politically, but you want to know personally, Gwen. So let's see. And I'm going to let's see. Let's use the improvement card as the focus card. because that's what you're asking. Will this year be better than last for you? All right, so we're going to look for the stork. Well, we have the tower. There's you. There's the stork in the middle. We have this man, and then the last card is the book. I did draw some clarifiers on the book. Okay. I'm going to say this has clearly been a tough time this year for you, and that you haven't known, this is the book for we don't know what the end of it is all about. However, I do think that you have grown in strength and in courage and in patience. Now, I did draw these clarifiers on the book. I drew two. Maybe I'll draw a third because I do like to do it in threes. And we have the mountain, we have the tree, and we have the ring. I think that, you may be due for a little bit more of this difficult cycle, at least for the first part of the year. But again, I think that you have grown in a lot of ways as a result. So that's why we have these lessons, and just, hang in there, because like the spiritual says, I'm so glad trouble don't last always. If you have nothing else to be glad about, if everything looks bleak, it won't last forever. Think of in tarot, the wheel. The wheel goes up, the wheel goes down, the wheel goes around. Eventually, this will pass as well.
Danny, do the cards have a message for me as I'm deciding whether to stay and fight in my current position or whether to cut her losses and leave the company?
Okay, Danny's trying to decide if she should stay at her current job or if she's better off cutting her losses and leaving the company. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 3 cards for staying and then 3 cards for going. Because that should, that's not always clear, but sometimes that can give us a clear answer. Okay. Right. So 3 cards, Danny, for staying in your job and fighting the good fight or the not good fight. Because it's not fun to have to fight at work. Believe me, I know. Or leaving. These cards will be for leaving. Okay, so these are staying. And these are leaving. Okay, interesting. So this is staying. If you stay, you really have no evidence to make the case for things improving in the future. And that is freaking depressing. Am I right? That's for staying. Now, leaving. First card is the bouquet. Well, that sounds great. Next card is the crossroads. So leaving to do what? And then we have clouds. This is doubts. So here's what I'm going to suggest. I think that the current place is not good for you long term. But I also think, I don't know about you, but my mother would say to me, never quit a job until you have another one lined up. Now, maybe that's an old people thing because now I'm old, so I'm saying it to you. Maybe, but, maybe try out something part-time, like moonlight doing something, because I think that what that will do is eliminate these clouds and these doubts. And you'll say, oh, wait, I like this a lot better. These people are a lot nicer, or I have more autonomy, or whatever it is. I think that you'll like it better. I just think where you are is a dead end, and do what you need to do to get rid of these doubts, even if it's doing something part-time, because I think you'll really like it.
Astro Chick, I would love a message from my guides for 2025. Anything new coming?
Astro Chick, is that right? Okay, Astro Chick is just asking if there's anything new. Of course, there's always something new. It's a new year, so everything's going to be new. Yes, let's see. All right, and we will let the cards tell us. We'll let the cards decide what the focus card will be. Okay. All right, what's coming in for Astro Chick in 2025? Okay, so we have the book, we have the coffin, we have crossroads, we have the house, and we have a clover. So here's what I'm going to say. I see why you ask the question, because with these two first cards, I feel like something's got to give. Something's got to give. You don't know how, but you don't want to stay stuck where you are. You're ready to go a different way. I can mirror this I don't know card with clover, which I love because I actually think you're not going to have to like go look for something new in 2025. I think it will be presented to you. So your job is just to keep your eyes open and pay attention because something unexpected will come in to change things up completely. I suspect that it'll be on a domestic front, closer to home rather than out in the world. But, yeah, something's got to give. And I think it will. So just pay attention for what your blessings will be in 2025 because they are coming.
Our friend Deb, Mercury's daughter Carol. I'm leaving my job in June 2025. I'd like some insight into how things will go.
Okay, Mercury's daughter is leaving her job in 2025 and wants to know how things will go. Is this retirement or you don't know? Okay, so we'll just let the cards show us how will things go. Okay. Well, I like this. I see why you want to leave your job. It's maybe too confining or whatever, but yeah, I can see why. I don't know if you write, but writing would be not a bad thing to kind of explore. I think you'll be doing things close to home, but I do think you'll be doing things with this kind of energy. This yang energy is very sort of adventurous. And so I think you will, this will be like a new environment with the garden, because this card is the opposite. It mirrors this coffin. So you'll be going from this energy to this energy, which is from inside a box to out in the world. I like that very much. I think you'll feel very much at home with this new status. And I think you'll take the bull by the horns and really do some terrific things in 2025. So congratulations on leaving that job and finding your bliss.
Will Miley get promoted in 2025?
Okay. Question is, will Miley get promoted in 2025? There is a card for promotion, and it is the bouquet. So that will be easy to look for. Will Miley get promoted in 2025? Okay. Do we have a lot more? Finally. Okay, here's your promotion, Miley. Okay, so we have the fox and the mountain. We have the promotion there. We have the stork. And then this card is working way too hard tonight, the cross. But I did draw some clarifiers on the cross. Okay. This is, this speaks to you, people at work, feeling that you have not yet achieved the level of expertise that you need in order for them to feel like a promotion is warranted. Now, I do think in time, because we're talking about the course of the year, I can mirror this delay in getting a promotion with this stork. So that will change. You will have proven to them that you're worth the promotion. So I like that part. The thing is that I don't know who you work around, but now that I'm morphing the card for a different meaning because I'm looking at it with another card. I'm looking at this and I can mirror it with the cross. Are there other people in the workplace who feel they are deserving of that promotion over you? Could be, because this can be a shady sort of card. Don't love this, but I drew clarifiers, and they are the star, the book, and the dog. And they are saying, look, if you don't get a promotion like right in the beginning of the year, don't panic. Don't panic, because there are wheels within wheels. There are people who mean you well in the workplace, these are the kind of people, for example, who would put in a good word for you and will never tell you that that's what they're doing. So in the future, maybe towards the end of the year, I do think that you will get that promotion. Don't look for it in the beginning of the year, but I think towards the end, yes, you will, because you will have proven yourself. Sorry for the convoluted answer. So, it won't be right when you walk in after New Year's. Might be a few months after that. But just keep doing what you're doing. Keep showing them what you're worth. And I think towards the end of the year, you will get that promotion. All right, you all, listen, it's 5:00, but it's also New Year's Eve. So I'm going to give you another half hour of my time, if I have a voice. If not, I'll just whisper my answers. So yeah, let's keep going.
Paul, will the people in this community change for the better? There are a lot of bitter people here.
What community are you talking about, Paul? When I know what you're talking about, I can answer that question. I really don't know.
Okay. Joy, will I get a new job this year?
Okay, Joy is asking if she'll get a new job this year. The card for job is the fox, believe it or not, and so that's what we'll look for. Oh, and it's at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so it's the last card. So that means I have to put the cards in front of it. Okay. So we have the snake, we have the lily, we have the ring in the center, the rider, and the fox. I really like the rider and the fox are at the end there. I even like that the ring is in the middle. I feel like you've had issues where you are. God knows, I know that story, having taught for 30 years. Kids were great, but administration, that was a whole nother thing. So, I see the problems where you are. You just want peace in your workplace. I do think that you will find another job here. It feels to me like a contract and a job offer is coming in, and here's the job right here. So yes, I think you will have a new job in the new year, and you deserve it.
Will Rebecca's son meet his love partner this year?
Will Rebecca's son meet his love partner this year? Okay. All right, I'm going to look for heart, and we will understand that we're talking not about Rebecca, not about Rebecca's son, but about Rebecca's son's partner. Will that partner appear this year? Okay, we this card. I never see this card as much as I've seen it tonight. We have the cross, we have the moon, we have the heart, we have the garden, we have the stork. And you know what? Even though normally I would say, oh, the cross in the beginning makes the question a non-starter, I actually don't think that that's true here. I can mirror this cross with the stork. So I'm going to say that at the very least, your son will meet a better quality of potential partners in this year. So, sometimes it's like trial and error, and it's sort of learning as you go. And I think that your son has learned some lessons and will be introducing you to a better quality of potential partner moving forward. We have the moon, and this is, I think that in order to get the partner you deserve, you have to be deserving of that partner. So, I think that your son is learning some lessons about that too. How can I be the kind of partner that I want to attract so that when I go out into the field where all of the fish are, I attract the right ones. And I think he's learning how to do that the right way. So will you be brought home his bride in this coming year? I don't think so. I think he is still learning what it means to be a good partner and what a good partner for him looks like. But it will be a better quality of person that he introduces you to.
Should Nat get his master's degree?
No. Okay, Nat, listen to me. I'm going to say it again. Do not start a question with the word should. It's like you're just sort of giving it up. Well, if they say I should, then I will. If they say I shouldn't, then I won't. Don't do that. No. Here's what you say. How will it be if I get my master's degree? How about that? Now, master's degrees are awarded. So we're going to use the bouquet for that master's degree, and we're just going to see what cards are around it, and that will tell me whether it will be good or not good. I don't know how it's not good to get a master's, but as one who has one myself. But anyway, let's look. Okay. So we're looking for the bouquet, and that will stand for this possible master's degree. Did you hear me talk under my breath? You'll see why in a minute. Okay, letter, child. There's the master's degree, the cross, and then the ship. Now, here's the thing. Don't worry about that cross. Credentials in this world that we live in count. I have a master's degree. In divinity, no less. Do I use it? Do I preach from a pulpit? No. But I will tell you that when people see that I have these degrees and that they're from Harvard, people sit up and maybe take me more seriously, even in this work. So having that paper to your name, those letters that you can affix to the end of your name, is a good thing and will move you forward in life, right? Now, we have this child card. I don't know what that means, whether this is in an area that is that you're not familiar with, or whether it has to do with children. I don't know. But here's the degree. And here's the fact that, um, anytime you do a degree, especially if you're already in the workforce, I mean, I was getting my teaching certificate while I was teaching. So I would, go to work from I can't see in the morning and come home I can't see at night and then have to do the work. There will be sacrifice that you will have to do, but it will move you forward in your career and in life. So yeah, get the degree. Yes.
Chad, I'm in my 22nd year as a teacher. I can retire in 5 years. What does my future look like?
Hi, Chad. I'm a retired teacher myself, and I'll tell you what, I love teaching, and I taught for 30 years. Can you imagine? And I loved teaching, and I love being retired. So I think that what you want to do is you're asking me about post retirement, and believe it or not, there's a card for retirement. It is the lily. So we're going to look at life for you post retirement. If you'd like to help me out, you all, just please like, share, subscribe. I'd love the channel to grow. That could be your thank you to me. Tell people you know that they might want to subscribe as well. That would be appreciated. Okay. We have the rider, the child. Here's our lily that stands for your retirement, birds, and then we have this young woman card. So I think that with your retirement, this is like news coming in, you'll do something completely new. So, or maybe not even completely new, but something maybe that you've only been able to do in a small way. You'll do it in a bigger way. I think that that's going to be terrific. And you know what? I think because you're a teacher, it'll have to do with kids. And it could be in like, instead of a teaching capacity, more of like a coaching or counseling capacity. So, for example, one of the things that I did, I taught English for 30 years, but I also, on the side, and then once I retired, I did it more. I don't do it anymore, but helped kids get into elite universities and colleges. And I did that work around the world. This feels to me a little bit kind of like you're still going to be working with young people, but in a more sort of counseling advisory capacity. I think you'll really like it. And I think that you're well suited to it. I think that you may be male, it doesn't matter. This is energetic, and it just feels as though you're someone who is easy to talk to, open. You have a good heart for young people. So you may retire from teaching, but I think you'll still have your hand in with young people.
Happy New Year from Corbin. Green-eyed goddess, at home from work due to illness, feeling stuck. What's my path forward?
Okay, green goddess is at home from work, feeling stuck. What's her path forward? I'm going to let Spirit pick all the cards for you. Can you believe this? But I mean, it's appropriate, right? You're homesick, you may have pain, you're suffering. That's what this card is. So Spirit, it keeps putting this card out for a reason. It's not to mess with mess with me or anything. It's to say, I hear you. I understand, Green Goddess. I feel your pain. I believe that there is a God or a higher energy, we'll call it. And I believe that that it's not the thing that causes us pain, it's the thing that cries with us. So this is Spirit saying, I feel what you feel. I feel it for you and I feel it with you. And I get that you feel stuck. That's that second question there. Second card there, the anger. The third card is the whip. Now, nobody likes a whip, just saying. However, sometimes we do, because believe it or not, this is the card for discipline, obviously, right? But the card for the writer, the card for the athlete, the card for anything that requires us to apply ourselves, to make a decision, for example, in your case, to not be stuck. Even if it's, today I'm going to get up and I'm going to put clothes on instead of pajamas. That's progress. Today I'm not, instead of lying on the couch all day, I'm going to walk around my house 4 times. That's progress. It's about discipline. You're being asked to exercise discipline. Why? Because it's energy. Remember I said that the universe's language is energy. It's energetic. So the Muslims say, and you've heard me say this before on YouTube, the Muslims say if you take 1 step towards Allah, Allah will take 2 steps towards you. Well, taking 2 steps towards Allah means getting dressed in the morning if you can. Walking around your house if you can, walking around the block if you can. It's just showing up for yourself. And even if it's doing a meditation practice, because that's what the lily can be. You feel stuck, but in your stuckness, there's silence. Can you cultivate that silence through a meditation practice? Because what will happen is you'll feel more powerful, right, over your situation. So, it's kind of like what Jesus asked the guy at the pool at Bethesda. He said, the guy said, Jesus, can you heal me? And Jesus looked at him and said, well, I don't know. Do you want to be healed? And the guy goes, yeah. And Jesus said, well, pick up your bed and walk. It sounds harsh, but you're being asked to pick up your bed and walk. Not literally if you cannot, but to find peace in your situation, to find sort of mastery over the things that you can master. And I think that will improve things for you.
Just Dance. Will I buy a condo or a house in 2025 and what month?
No, I'm not doing that part. What month? We don't do that. That's above my pay grade. But and I don't know whether you'll buy a house or a condo, but what I will do is I will draw 3 cards for the house and 3 cards for the condo, and we'll see if one looks more promising than the other. Okay. Who is this for?
Just Dance.
Just Dance. Okay. So we're looking. Okay. This is for the house, 3 cards for the house, and 3 cards for the condo. Well, I'm going to say, win-win regardless, but I don't know. If I had to pick, I would say house. These are the cards for the house. You've got the ring, the ship, and the lily. It just seems like, committing to something in that way, moving forward, you'll really like it. I think you'll really like it. So a house sounds good. And then we have a condo. We have the letter, the rider, and the child. You could probably find something newer, smaller, I think, if you went the condo route. But if you don't have to worry about smaller, is that what you want then? No, maybe not. I feel like house looks way more promising. So I think you're going to move to a house.
Linda is having a health issue in the root chakra. Is it drawing her attention to an energetic vulnerability?
I'm just going to say yes and move to the next question.
Satira, what is the energy around my published and soon to be published books and writing to be more lucrative? What can she do to be more lucrative in her writing.
Okay, so this is for whom?
Satira.
Satira. So Satira's writing, and she'd like to know what she needs to do to make her writing be more lucrative. So even though the book is generally the card for we don't know, but sometimes a book is just a book. So we're going to look for the book, and that will stand for your writing work, and we'll look to see how you can make it more lucrative. Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right. So we have the anchor, we have the young man, we have the book that stands for your writing, we have the stork, and we have the ship. And I pulled some clarifiers for the ship. I mean, the good news is that I think keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, and that will bear fruit. I think that you're approaching it with this sort of can-do yang energy, like, I'm good and my writing's good and you should read my writing, etc. I think that exactly what you're doing is going to pay off. We have the stork and the ship that indicate that. Here's you moving forward. Stork is about positive change. Now, I did draw clarifiers because I didn't want to just say, keep doing what you're doing, because, it's not that helpful. So I pulled clarifiers on the ship, and it's the dog, the whip, and the birds. You know what I feel like you need to do? You need to, in order to really ramp things up, you need to find someone who can get the word out about your work. This is the card for publicity. Somebody who's maybe like really good on social media and can get the word out, because there's a lot of ways that you can publicize your work. You may just want to focus on the work part, but I feel like you need a person to help you with the publicity piece of it. But I think you're definitely on the right track, and I think you're going to have a very good year with your writing this year in terms of it being lucrative, because that's the question that you asked.
Nora recently got married, would like a general reading on her marriage.
Okay, Nora would like a general reading on her marriage. So for marriage, we look for the ring, because, a marriage is a contract, promise, an oath, all of that. So it's the ring is the card for that, and you want to know about the state of your marriage. Okay, so we're looking for the ring for Nora. I'm going to tell you, Nora, I was married for 20 years. A lot of it was great. Some of it was not great. Marriage is not a static state, just say, and you're newly married. And so you are discovering that. So we have the house, we have the anchor, we have the ring, we have the crossroads, and we have the mountain. Part of what makes marriage interesting, we'll say, is that, you're two people trying to create a home, a family together, the two of you. And you'd like to have it be, solid, stable, etc. But, when I see this anchor, I'm looking to see what card I can mirror it with. And the card I can mirror it with is crossroads. And I feel like in this marriage, and by the way, happens with every marriage, there are differences of opinion about how things should be done. And one or the other of you may be more intransigent, more stuck in their ways than the other, and unwilling to compromise. That's problematic because marriage requires compromise. I mean, if there were a synonym for marriage, it would be compromise. And I feel like somebody's not willing to compromise. So here's this happy home, but I can mirror it with this mountain. So there's things that go on. They say people are in the honeymoon period. Well, you were recently married, but you're past the honeymoon now. Now you see that sometimes marriage is a climb. So I decided to pull some clarifiers for you. We have the lily. Here's you. And we have the coffin. I feel like your bliss and your peace have been eroded, and you're a little bit depressed about this. Let me say, you have to communicate. If you need help communicating, then you guys need to find somebody to talk to get out of this, because I think it's something that can be weathered. But marriage is an adjustment for both parties, and both parties have to be willing to adjust. And I think either you or your partner is not doing their share in terms of flexibility. So good luck. I will say a prayer for you. Okay, this is the last one.
Mary Beth.
Mary Beth.
I would like to know if an old friend of mine that I've known for over 40 years will be my partner.
Okay. All right. So Mary Beth wants to know if this friend that she's known for 40 years will end up being her partner. So the card for friend, and for 40 years, that's a long friendship. So it's the dog, because that is somebody who is loyal and faithful and trustworthy and all of that. So chances are, if you've been friends for 40 years, this card would work for that. And we're just going to look for the dog and see what's around. Thank you all so much for sharing part of your New Year's Eve with me. It's been my honor and my pleasure to read for you. And look at that. It's the first card. So, okay. And what a nice way to end the evening. So here is this friend of 40 years whom you are seeing in a new way. And I suspect that they are seeing you in a new way as well. Look what happens. What's right in the middle? The love card. I mean, it can't get better than that. Not just love, but comfortability, ease, feeling at peace with this other person. And that's the news that's coming in for you. So yeah, I mean, I do think this is a match made in heaven. Took you 40 years, but hey, who's counting? I think that's terrific. Again, thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that it can grow. And I will be holding everybody's hand. I hope you'll hold mine in 2025 as the year unfolds in front of us. And I will try to keep you as aware of what's going to come in for us as I possibly can with my cards. And I will see you really soon. So happy New Year, and thank you all so much for coming. Take care.